So do you feel that less and less bills or legislations are being sent to select committees, and perhaps is that a practice which isn't a healthy trend?
It's not a matter of feeling, it's a matter of facts. The data is available, it is periodically uh, made available by the Secretariat of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, also made available in a very graphic manner by the PRS, Parliamentary Research Service. So we know how many bills are referred, how many bills are not referred, bills that are referred to standing committees, bills which are referred to select committees. But the whole point is this: these standing committees and select committees are joint committees in which every political faction or party is represented according to its strength in the House, and that it is always chaired by the party that is in the government. So, two things in favor. One, the chair is from the government side. Two, that the government has enough members present there. Three, that a report can be adopted only if there is some kind of broad agreement. Or
Yes.
else a report will be adopted and has been adopted with notes of dissent. So options are open and there is no difficulty. Yes, it takes a little time, but you can make it a short term, or you can decide on a report in 2 weeks' time, or you can take 2 years' time, and there have been occasions when reports have not been completed at all. You see,
And so, yeah, sure, sir.
each step has been carefully calibrated. The government party is in a hurry. The rest of the parliament wants to see why the hurry is there and what is behind the hurry. So take a little more time. You see, the point is, we have had a derailment in our system of parliamentary governance. If you go and check the records of the 50s or early 60s or even late 60s, Parliament would sit for 90, 100 days in a year. Now it is sitting for 60 days, maybe more, maybe less. So, how can you finish the work in this time unless you make undue haste? And undue haste is embodied in this kind of exercises.
You obviously weren't very happy with the fact that they cancelled question hour and 0 hour because the pandemic had limited. So they limited a lot of other things as well. So you obviously you don't think that was a good idea.
No, no, I had a lot to do with the question hour and 0 hour. When I got to that chair, the first hour was the question hour, and that was followed by 30 minutes of 0 hour. And in before that, every member of parliament has some concern or the other. I won't say valid concern, less valid concern, has a concern. There may have been a rail accident, a road accident, somebody got murdered, whatever it is. And she wants the earliest opportunity, to suddenly stand up and say, this has happened. Okay? I found that this was cutting into the question hour. So I started a process of consultation with leaders of political parties. And I said the question hour is precious. It is precious because it is an exercise in seeking the accountability of the executive. That's one part of it. It is also precious because it involves, on the part of the executive, a lot of work and a lot of expenditure to collect the information which the member is seeking. So, if the time is wasted, then it's a waste on both sides. And I hit upon this idea that we could do a procedural change and not have the first hour as the question hour. It took time, it took a good bit of persuasion, but ultimately everybody agreed. So it was changed. Again, give everybody a little time. When I was on my last day in Parliament, when very nice things were being said about me by all concerned, the late Mr. Jaitley said, he had 2 0 hours, one in the chamber, one in the house, and one afterwards in his room. My point was simply this: hear the grievance. That's all. So I kept myself open to grievances. That's all. It is not a superhuman exercise. It's a very normal exercise. And maybe given my background as a diplomat for almost 4 decades, after all, what is the weapon in the hands of a diplomat? Any diplomat? Persuasion. You don't carry any Bofor guns or anything like that. Just
Yes.
persuasion. You persuade your adversary that there is a meeting ground. And the same exercise was done in Parliament with great considerable success.
And so when it was stopped, you felt you grieved for it? When it was stopped
I
last
do
session?
grieve. I do grieve because accountability is one of the principal functions of legislature. You have to hold the executive of the day, whether it is at the state level or at the central level, accountable. Accountable for big things, accountable for small things. And that is done only by asking questions. So if
Well,
questions
so
are not asked, the executive is very happy. Every time the question hour was disrupted, the ministers were delighted.
I know.
Continue to communicate, continue to persuade. That's all.